Mga sangkay, meron po tayong balita sa international. Ang Russia umano ay may ginawang napakatinding pag-atake sa Ukraine na kung saan marami po ang nasawi. Ngayon lang, ito po ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon. Magandang oras po sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan, sa lahat po ng mga solid sangkay, mga taga-subaybay dito sa ating YouTube channel at maging sa Facebook. Anyway, bago tayo magpatuloy, paki-subscribe po muna yung ating channel. So sa ibaba po ng video na to, may makikita po kayong subscribe button. Pindutin nyo lamang po yan, tapos i-click nyo yung bell at i-click nyo po yung all. Ulitin ko, click the subscribe down below, click the bell and click all. Napakadali lamang po yan mga sangkay. At kung kayo ay nanonood sa Facebook, huwag nyo pong kalilimutan na i-follow ang ating Facebook page. So ito nga po mga sangkay, meron po tayong panibagong update patungkol po sa Ukraine. Okay? Para po sa inyong kaalaman, hindi pa rin po talaga tapos itong nangyayaring digmaan ng Russia at Ukraine. At ito po ang balita ngayon na dumagungdong sa international. May ginawang pag-atake ang Russia na tumama sa isang village doon po sa Ukraine. At hindi po bababa sa 50 katao di umano ang nawalan ng buhay. Ganito po katindi mga sangkay ang digma ang nagaganap ngayon sa pagitan po ng Russia at Ukraine. Magkadugo, nag-aaway at alam niyo mga sangkay ang kalaban na totoo ng Russia ay Amerika. Subalit ginawa pong proxy itong Ukraine. At eto mga sangkay, sila po yung naghihinagpis at ang masaklap po ngayon, ang US pa naman naghihikaos din pagdating po sa budget. So papaano sila tutulong sa Ukraine? Pambihira, matindi ito mga sangkay. Ito, panoorin po natin ang balita.
In Ukraine, where the Interior Affairs Minister says a missile attack on a village in the northeast of the Kharkiv region.
Okay, ano yan sa Kyiv. Sa northeast.
Has killed at least 51 people, including a 6-year-old boy.
Grabe, 51. Tapos may 6 pa na edad.
Well, let me show you some of the first pictures that we have from this.
Ayan,
the
mga
details
sangkay.
are still coming in and changing all the while, but there are reports that villagers had gathered in a local cafe for a wake for a local resident when the strike actually hit, just after 1 p.m. local time.
Grabe. Yan po mga sangkay, isang village nagdadurog-durog dahil nga po sa isang napakatinding pag-atake ng Russia. Ngayon, alam naman po natin na hindi rin pwedeng magpadala doon ang mga bansa na sinasabing kumakampi sa Ukraine dahil ang kanilang ikinakatakot baka magbitaw itong si Putin ng Russia ng nuclear weapon nila. Kapag nangyari ito, mga sangkay, dito na magsisimula ang ikatlong digmaang pandaigdigan at delikado po ito, mga sangkay, dahil nga po, ang US meron pong nuclear. Ang nakakaano pa naman sa US, mga sangkay, yung nuclear nila, yung mga sekreto nilang weapon, hindi po nila inilalabas. Hindi tulad po sa hindi pala Ukraine, US. Ang US may mga nuclear na sinisekreto lamang po nila ang lakas. Unlike po mga sangkay sa Russia, China at North Korea, mga sangkay na masyadong hayag po yung kanilang mga kagamitang pandigma. So nakakatakot kung mangyayari itong gera sa pagitan po ng mga malalakas na bansa gamit po yung mga nuclear nila.
President Zelensky has called it an act of Russian terror. Well, our correspondent James Waterhouse gave me more of the initial details from Kyiv.
By the standards of the almost daily missile strikes that Ukraine experiences, this one looks especially bleak. We have seen footage posted online by official channels appearing to show several bodies covered in dust next to rubble in the small village of Ulajar. Now, this is a village with a population of only a few hundred. It sits in the northeastern Kharkiv region. around 30 kilometers from the front line. It is not uncommon for settlements in this area to come under regular shelling or missile strikes because of their proximity to the front line. But this looks like an especially deadly targeted strike
Grabe.
in what would normally be a civilian area. We're told several people are injured. Among the 49 known to have been killed, they include a 6-year-old boy. You can expect the rescue operation to continue for some time. It is a routine, well rehearsed.
Ang nakakaano dito mga sangkay, itong village, wala pong mga ano dyan eh. Hindi po yan yung pinakakampo ng mga sundalo eh. So, ibig sabihin, mga civilian po ang, ito po, gera po talaga eh. Diba, nung naalala nyo mga sangkay, nung nagkaroon po ng World War II, panoorin nyo sa YouTube mga sangkay, ang Metro Manila, ang dami pong civilian na nagkalat. Talagang wala na pong mga buhay. So, ganito po ang nangyayari sa digmaan talaga.
For emergency teams all around Ukraine, we have seen Russia target cities in the east countless times before, but this seems to be the single biggest loss of life from a missile strike we've seen in several months. I think of the strike on Dnipro on a residential block in January where more than 50 people were killed. This seems to be looking similar, sadly, and I think the facts
Similar pala ito mga sangkay, nangyari na rin pala ito.
emerge in time.
And James, as you were talking, we were looking at the moving pictures. We also have still pictures as we try to ascertain, but certainly you can see just whole areas flattened as those rescue workers try to actually go through the rubble and get to people, and the details certainly on casualties are emerging and changing all the while. Tell me a little more though about this whole area.
Grabe oh, durog-durog.
Yeah, and the intensity of fighting around it.
Well, it's the Kharkiv region that large parts of it were occupied in the full-scale invasion of last year. It wouldn't be liberated until the autumn of 2022. But this is a place where there has been heavy fighting, and when you're there, when you get towards the front line, you can hear increased shelling, and you can see that there are strikes right along the contact line, right across the Russian border.
Grabe.
Further north. These are communities that live with an awful lot and choose to stay there despite the very real daily risks. And President Zelensky, we talk about well-rehearsed routines.
Ibig sabihin mga sangkay, itong lugar pala na yun, nakikita po mismo yung kung paano nagaganap yung digmaan. Kumbaga, delikado pero may mga naninirahan pa rin mga sangkay. Ito na nga, tinamaan.
On a diplomatic trip to Spain to reinforce his calls for more help, for more ammunition, for better defences, and he's had to react to yet another attack. And in his words, he's described it as Russia using this strike to normalise what he calls its genocidal attacks, to try and normalise those for the rest of the world. Now, from initial assessment of this footage, and you strangely get a sense here, it does look like quite a direct hit with something, this is more than shelling. And you wonder, I think Ukrainians live with that background threat of wondering whether something like this will happen close to them, and this seems to be the case once more. It's incredibly difficult imagery of people looking over dead bodies, wondering if it was someone they knew. And what always strikes you when you're in the East is how those who have decided to stay, thousands have moved back home even to the East, despite the threat not going away. And I think this is the risk, the background risk that many Ukrainians choose to live with.
Okay, mga sangkay, yan na nga po, nangyari na po ang lahat ng ito. Alam nyo, hindi po talaga nagsisinungaling ang Biblia, mga sangkay. That in the last days, mangyayari po yung mga kahalintulad dito na bagay. Isa lamang po yan, mga sangkay. Itong climate change at marami pa pong mga disaster, calamities that is happening around the world. It is written in the Bible. Naisulat na po yan sa Biblia, mga sangkay. Just like this news. Itong gera sa Ukraine at Russia, bahagi po ng propesiya ng Biblia. No? Sabi po sa Matthew chapter 24, makakarinig tayo ng mga balitang patungkol po sa digmaan ng mga bansa. Pero sabi ng Biblia, mga sangkay, huwag po tayong kabahan o maalarma. Lahat ng ito ay pasimula pa lamang. And I don't know kung ano pa ang mangyayari sa kasunod mga sangkay ng mga panahon. But then again, ang Biblia po talaga, hindi magsisinungaling. Kaya nga sabi ko, kung ang Biblia ay sinungaling, kung ang Biblia ay katang-isip, bakit nangyayari ang mga nakapropesiya sa Biblia ng detalyado? Pagkalat ng mga kung ano-anong karamdaman, kasama po yan doon. Well, ano po ang inyong opinion, mga sangkay, tungkol po dito sa nangyari sa Ukraine? 51 po, ayan, nakalagay. 51 ang nadali sa isang malaking pag-atake ng Russia. Just comment down below. Now guys, I invite you to please subscribe my YouTube channel, Sangkay Revelation. Hanapin niyo po ito sa YouTube. Then click the subscribe, click the bell, and click all. Ano po ay magpapaalam hanggang sa muli. This is me, Sangkay Janjan. Palagi niyo pong tatandaan that Jesus loves you. God bless everyone.